Kia ora Ake is a mental health wellbeing initiative that we're running in Kura, all in South Auckland. Our age group is for primary and intermediate age tamariki. I take on all the one-to-one interventions that schools essentially need, and usually that means I'll go into the school for about 1 hour, sit down with the tamariki, go through our therapy session. But our kaimanaki role, they run small group programs, 1 hour each week, and they do that over the school term. Schools, they do have some complex cases that they deal with. There's heaps of different services that schools have access to. But our service is a primary mental health service, which is completely new in this age group. And historically that type of service would be for like the adolescents, the rangatahi age. But they're starting to see that those typical presentations you see in rangatahi are starting to creep down to this younger age group. And the belief is really early intervention. If we can get into intervening a lot earlier, hopefully we can change that trajectory of this young tamariki and their whānau, and that can help stop them leading down that wrong pathway. Because we are working with kids, we have to be creative in the way that we get to the crux of the issue. There's a lot of play-based therapy that we do to get tamariki to actually normalise talking about emotions or stuff that is happening for them, creating a safe space for them to open up about what's happening. I'll be sitting side by side with a tamariki. I might be drawing, I might be doing Play-Doh, I might be doing Lego, whatever, and we can frame that in a way where I can talk about goal setting or positive emotions in order for them to first and foremost kind of trust you. I think that's a big one, and it's a big one I think for any of us working in the healthcare area is whakawhanaungatanga, building that rapport. So if you don't have the rapport, then you're not going to get the type of information that you need to help them. From the outside looking in, it might just look like a PE class sometimes, or a kickboxing class sometimes, or whatever, but embedded within that we utilise a lot of breath work, we utilise a lot of mindfulness, we use examples from like the Wās, for example. They get together if they score a try, they get together in huddle and they do a lot of breath work type stuff, so stuff that they can kind of relate to. It's fun, but it's a nice way to actually bring up some of the more important issues that they're facing without it being so direct. All the tamariki that we work with, they have access to all of the services as part of Turuki, which I think it makes sense. Like there's no point in me spending 1 hour of my time per week with a tamariki if there are some foundation issues that are happening at home that we can't address. That is working backwards in my eyes. So we do as much as we can with whānau. We keep a very open line of communication, what we're doing, give them advice and tips. We send them to, te whare marama if they need some social services. It's a real holistic approach. My aim is to go in and figure out, okay, little Johnny is experiencing this and that at the school. We can address something that's happening at home that will be conducive to the tamariki's learning at Kura. Kura can help reinforce what I'm doing here. So it's all kind of like a multi-pronged approach to bringing this all together, which is, it's really important. If you're whānau and you're noticing that your tamariki are struggling in whatever capacity, don't be afraid to seek help. Reach out as much as you can. Your GP is a good place to start, and they can find the services that are needed. If they can't find them, somebody else will find a service for you. We get a lot of feedback from whānau thanking us for, our interventions that we are employing with these young tamariki. They've seen some changes. That's not only for whānau, that's school as well. We're getting a lot of good feedback that we're actually making an impact.